In this GlassTrax training video, I'll be covering the general flow of how GlassTrax works with the accounting. On top of that, I'll cover what happens when you post to certain areas within the program here. So in GlassTrax, we have what we call a double posting system, where we first post to the module that you're working in, such as accounts receivable, and then we have an option to review all the transactions in your unposted general ledger before you post to the actual posted general ledger. So we give you a chance to post first to the module and then review on your general ledger and then post to your general ledger. That final post is your stamp of approval saying, yes, I want this to update my financial statements. Yes, this should go through. I'm done with that transaction. So the way that it works is we have these different modules such as accounts receivable, accounts payable, inventory control, purchases, sales. All of those different modules in GlassTrax will post to their respective source. The AR gets posted to the AR, the AP gets posted to the AP, inventory to inventory, purchases to purchases, and sales to sales. And at the same time, all those transactions that you post to the module also go to your unposted general ledger. So let me give you an example of how that works. If I come into accounts receivable and I'm putting in a customer's payment, I'm going to come to accounts receivable, processing, enter transactions, and I put in my customer's payment information here. I can apply it to my invoices, do that whole thing. When I'm done and I hit post, it's going to post to my AR. What that's going to do is it's going to update my customer activity. It's also going to update my AR aging. It's also going to go to my unposted general ledger for review later on, which we'll get to at the end of this video. So as you can see, some actions happen right away as soon as you post to the module, whereas some things like updating your financials doesn't happen until you review and hit the actual posted general ledger. So the same thing goes with your AP, whether you're putting in a credit from a vendor or a vendor invoice or paying bills to your vendors. All of those transactions, once you post, or in the case of paying bills, it auto posts for you when you print the checks. It will go and update your AP aging, in this case, your vendor activity, and then dump those transactions into your unposted general ledger once again to be reviewed. In inventory control, it's the same thing. If I'm updating my counts, updating my costs, I'm entering physical counts, again, that updates your inventory, but it won't go to your posted general ledger. It'll go to your unposted general ledger first for you to review prior to posting the general ledger. Same thing goes with purchases. The only one that really goes with purchases that posts is receiving inventory. That's going to debit your inventory, and so it increases that when you receive in your inventory. Sales, there's a few things that you can do here transaction-wise. If you do discounts to your customers, if you're changing taxable status or changing the tax codes that are applicable, all of those affect your general ledger. So as soon as you hit post on those, it's going to update the sales and then go to your unposted general ledger, waiting for you to review once more. Now, for example, I'm going to come to my general ledger now. By posting to the AR, AP, inventory control, purchases, sales, it does not update my balance sheet or my income statement, profit and loss, because those only get updated when you post your actual general ledger. So when I come to my general ledger tab and I go to my enter transactions screen, here's where I can do my journal entries. And again, if I save those just get dumped into your unposted general ledger. In order to post your actual general ledger, we first need to print preview. So I'm going to click print right here. And this is just some samples. I've got 2 pages of unposted transactions that I need to look through. I've got 2 arrow buttons up here. This goes to my next page. This goes to my last page. I usually recommend always going to the last page and making sure that you are seeing 0 right here. That 0 right there means that you are in balance. If you are not in balance, it will show you a debit or a credit amount there. GlassTrax will not let you post to the general ledger unless you print preview first, because we want to make sure that you're checking these transactions. You don't have to actually print this. You can close it out. And now that I've print previewed, I can hit post. Once I hit my post there, I can go ahead and say just do it all, or I can isolate it to a certain date, to a certain document or transaction, to a certain branch if you have multiple branches, or even only post things from the AR or from the AP. You can select your module. But I'm going to go ahead and say post everything. Goes through, posting is complete. I can get my GL posted report, which will show me exactly what was posted and where, which accounts, and then I'm done. And once I do that, that will update my financial statements, which I can come print up here. I can do my balance sheet or my income statement or profit and loss. So the action of posting to your general ledger is what actually updates your financial statements, which is why it's so important to post to your general ledger. I have some customers who don't post very often to GlassTrax, to the general ledger. And what that does is at the end of the year, when they're ready to go through, it creates thousands and thousands of pages of transactions that they have to print preview first and then post. And the process takes a lot longer than you might like because of the posting is now posting through thousands of pages of transactions rather than staying on top of this and posting maybe once a week at the very least. I have some customers who do obviously multiple times a day. Some people have a policy where they just post at the end of the day. Some people, again, do every Friday they post and they update their financials that way. It's all really preference when it comes down to it, but definitely don't do it less than once a week or once a month at the very, very least. And that way you don't get hit at the end of the year trying to post this all through and it takes 45 minutes. So that's this training video. If you have any questions on this process or the flow, feel free to reach out to us. Our email is glasstraxtech@kssco.com. Thanks.